I first found out, it actually was a series of things. So, are you talking about from when I was younger and how it came through, or when I was actually diagnosed?
Both.
Okay, so I grew up in an abusive household, and I grew up watching my dad abuse my mother daily, and I actually was very abused daily by my mother, and I lived that all the time. It was basically living in a nightmare, and the only way to escape was going to my across the street neighbors, Heather and Jeannie and her family, and I would go over there and kind of just feel like I was not a different person. And every time I would go back home, it was like opening the door back to the nightmare. I didn't even want to live. I tried to commit suicide at 9 years old. I basically just was living in my own grave. I would be abused, and then my mother would walk into the room, and then she would say how sorry that she was that I made her abuse me. And then she would cry and rock me back and forth and sing me her lullaby and put me to sleep. This continued throughout till I turned 14 years old. And then finally I got to the point I was coming home from school hearing them scream, and I finally was like, I can't handle this anymore. I don't want to live anymore. I can't deal with this anymore.
Right,
so
right.
I ran down the street to my friend's house, and I actually called the police on me, and I went into group homes.
Yeah.
Because basically domestic violence back then, in the 70s and in the early 80s, nobody really cared. They basically, even the police, they never really did anything. They basically said, this is your problem. You need to handle it. Nobody went to jail. It just was quiet. So I grew up abused, going to school, covering my bruises, and bruises, they would go, or welts, they would go away. They're not like being bleeding or anything. So
right.
And emotional abuse was just how it was. So when I went into group homes, I went through a series of 3.5 years of different high schools. I went through 6 high schools. And then even when I got older, I got into drugs. I got into such horrible things that I basically didn't even know myself anymore until I got to the point where these patterns just kept getting worse and worse, and I became used to these patterns and becoming with men that would abuse me. And it was almost like I just didn't know who I was anymore, and I just kept moving. I didn't know how to be treated. I just knew that abuse was regular. It was normal. And then once I became 19 years old and I got pregnant, and then I went into a point where I actually died and spirit brought me back, which is insane, you could say. But it was my epiphany that I actually hemorrhaged to death giving birth. And I was very blessed that Spirit wanted to keep me here, even though I didn't want to stay. But I was brought back. Spirit was like, it's not your time, What about your baby? And so even though I went through so much of having this bleeding and I wanted to just say, please just let me go, it wouldn't let me go. It kept saying, what about your baby? And so I woke up, and this light just woke me up. And after that, it was like I just had this thing inside me, this something that kept saying, no matter what I was going through, no matter how much I was getting abused, no matter what was happening to me, it kept saying, there's more for you. There's more for you. You have to keep going. And when I turned 26 is when I was actually diagnosed with PTSD.
Interesting. So you found out at 26 that you had this disorder. Now my second question is, how do you feel having this? Well, right when you found out, what was your first reaction? Like, did you think it was bad? Did you think it was good? Like, what was your reaction when you first found out?
So when I went into the appointment and talked to the doctor, he asked me basically, he said, "So what's wrong with you? What's going on?" And I just started talking about things. And then at the end of it, he said, "Please, let me help you. Do you understand what PTSD is?" And I had no idea what even he was talking about. And that was when nobody really knew about it. Nobody was really talking about it. But it was almost like somebody was listening.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody actually believed in me. Somebody actually was caring about me. I never felt that before.
Right.
So I actually felt like maybe I do have a purpose. Maybe I'm meant to be here. And somebody's going to help me finally.
Right. After so many years when you've been dealing with so much in your life and dealing with your parents fighting constantly and everything. So, alrighty. And, so
unless you've been through it, unless you feel it, there are people out there that just think you can get over it. They think that, you know what, you're just holding on. Just stop holding on. But what people don't understand is PTSD is not what we signed up for. PTSD is something where what happens to you, it just keeps repeating. So these flashes, these triggers, they could be anything. It could be a song. It could be a situation. You could see somebody and it just flashes back.
Mm-hmm.
And you are stuck. And all of a sudden you're numb. You're comfortably numb. And you're back in the situation, in the place, in the time. And you could be having a great day with your friends and everything. And then all of a sudden, you're gone. You're caught. You're back in that same situation, and everybody is like looking at you like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And you can't even talk.
Right.
And you know, the people in the military, that's the point. When they go to the military and they go in these wars, they come back, they're still in that war.
Right.
Well, I lived that war, and so many other people that have been in accidents, that have been even not just if you've been in a fire, if you've been in anything that's traumatic, people need to understand that you need support. It's not all about, can you fix me? It's about, can you listen? Can you hear me?
Right. Which is totally understandable because, dealing with this really does suck. And, it really, really, really does. So, I know you said you were with your boyfriend and stuff earlier. I think you said when you were like 16 you had are you still there? Oh, there you are. Never mind. So I know you said when you were 16 you had problems with your boyfriend, about the PTSD. What did he think about it personally? That's kind of what I want to know. If you don't mind sharing that with us.
Right. So I was actually, I think I was about 21, in fact. And he just basically just acted like there was nothing wrong with me. When I was 26, all these people that were in my life, they kind of just acted like, "Oh, you must be broken. You have issues. You're mental." They never actually had consideration or any almost like compassion. Every person that I have met that has this PTSD, they have that same feeling. All we want to feel is actually just safe.
Right.
All we want to feel is actually just loved.
Exactly.
I've been helping people. To know that PTSD is not a life sentence. Also, it's not a death sentence.
People think it actually is, but actually it's really not.
No, but that's the reason why people want to not be here anymore.
Right.
Because they just want to shut out the noise. The point is, empower yourself and celebrate yourself, because look what you've done, and look, your strength is amazing. We're warriors. We're not just survivors, but we are warriors.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You have a really good point there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now we're gonna. I did want to switch over and talk a little bit about your book, which is called.
Okay. Oh, my band?
No, your book. I wanted to do the band after.
Oh, my book. Yes. Okay. So my book is called Little Girl Lost: A Real Story of PTSD.
And can you explain to us what you wrote in that book and maybe give us some quotes from the book?
Sure. So the book is about seeing through the eyes of a girl that has PTSD. It's actually just opening your eyes or closing your eyes and just feeling her energy. And basically it's all of the poetry and the things that happened to me, and I basically, even some of them I kept from when I was in group homes and stuff.
Right, and you didn't tell anyone that because you know they weren't going to believe you.
No. So I put it all together, and it took 10 years to do, but I met this girl named Mary. She really liked my words, and she said, I really enjoy what you say, and she gave me that oomph that you need to kind of put everything together. And after 10 years, I put it together, and this is it. So this is what it looks like. It's a little girl lost in the woods, which happened to me when I was a little girl. To me, with what PTSD is. Give me a second. Okay. All right. It's called Hidden Faces. Okay. We are the ones who you turn away. When we try to be held, you just push us away. Cold is in our hearts, and fear is in our souls. The only door to exit is slowly beginning to close. The streets are filled with fire. The eyes grow weak with fear. Fading into the blackness, a young child's face appears. Clothes all torn, hair ripped out. War and blood is what it's now about. Running through the enemy lines as far as you can see. Dirty patterns and distant shadows of souls that fought to break free. The past still flashes, re-entering more pain, and the cries of the wounded still bleeding in vain.
Good job. I like that quote, by the way. That was a really inspiring quote to get people to know what's going on around them. And it really helped people to know, oh my God, I'm not the only one. There's someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
See.
I could read another one if you'd like.
Sure. Since people are just actually popping on now, we have 3 over on Airtime Pro, and we have 2 over here on Facebook Live. So yeah, if you want to read another one, that's cool. So that way everyone can get to know.
Here you go. It's called Save Me. Where's your voice? Locked inside. You shut it down. You had no choice. It wasn't you that started this, but now it's the laughter that you really miss. You used to smile every day, and the sunshine had you go out and play. And now you hide in your room, closed in from the world, wrapped up like a mummy's tomb. What's so bad that made you stop being who you wanted to be? Why did you stop living and fall victim to a sick and twisted fantasy? You let the past haunt you, and you say you're okay, but I know the truth. You're afraid to face it, and you think it won't ever go away. So you lock yourself into a cage, shut yourself out. But inside, you're this lost, innocent little girl, confused inside a maze. You make a move, you get stuck again. Then the memory takes you back, and you have to visit that home again. That home where everything that happened took place. No matter how much you try to fool yourself, it doesn't seem to erase. Once the light's off and you're all alone, you're back in your bedroom, waiting for her to come in, start the beating again. No matter how much you try to fight it, you can't win. You're only an innocent little girl. What could you possibly do? No matter what you try, those memories still stay alive. They take over your mind, and you want them to just go away. They become more intense. They bring you back to that day and show you everything, like you're watching it on a movie screen. You can't walk out because you're the main character that is playing this part. And you're frozen solid. You can't move. You just have to watch it over and over again. You want to stop her. You want to save this little girl. But you're numb. So you wait and pray that you don't have to live this way. What do you do to change these memories that are so painful for you? There has to be a way to let go of this past and to start a life today. And let's do the work. Let's get it done. Oh, say a prayer with me to make it come true. And we will find a way to say goodbye to your old life and start living for you.
That was just great. Awesome job reading that. Especially the way you read it made me made it all happen. Which is, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I think everyone, I haven't had time to check comments because I've been in the process of inviting people, but I will if anyone's commented momentarily. What's our next thing? Ooh, right, the rock band. So how did you get into the rock band? So bring us to the beginning of when you started to like rock, why you're in the band, that kind of stuff.
So I started singing at a long time ago. When I was really young, I think I was a little girl watching my mother sing, and I really just admired her all the time. And I was always such an entertainer. My mom used to call me Sarah Bernhardt. And I used to make up dances with my best friend, Heather LaRue, and we would make up dances for all the kids in the neighborhood, her and Jeannie, and we would just make on plays. And then I would take products, and I would just say, and I would make up commercials out of nowhere, just pick up a product and say, "Hi, would you like to buy Crystal Geyser? It's only this many calories, and they're this much money. Oh, you've got to buy it today." So, I mean, I was only 8, 9 years old.
That's funny.
And I was just this entertainer.
Yeah.
And and the thing about entertaining was it would take people away. Like,
right.
My mom and my dad, the fighting was so horrible, so violent. But yet, when I was entertaining their friends, and they had people and parties over all the time,
mm-hmm.
it took them away. It made them happy. And if I can take away the people's pain for just a moment, just a few hours, that's all that matters. And so that started escalating. And later on, after all the abuse and things that I had to go through with men, and once I became free at like 38 years old, I just had this feeling inside of me, and I started doing karaoke, and then someone told me, you need to just get in a band, try it. And I'm like, I don't know. But I did, and I met this guy named Bill Green, and he was my drummer, and my band was called Night Sister, and we played 80s music, and I just enjoyed singing, because I was always around my friends that were in bands all the time, and so it just made me feel alive. I could be anything I wanted to be. I could escape my pain, and I could just be free to do whatever I wanted. And so the second band that I'm doing now, called Luvsik Angel, is my world. It's like me being allowed to use my voice, to be able to speak from my heart and my soul. And even if it's covers, it doesn't matter. It's the way that I get to portray whatever I want and be on stage and be able to help make people smile. Even if they're going through pain, whatever they're going through at home, just to make them happy for just those moments. And, that's the thing about music. I grew up with my cousin being in country weather, and he was an amazing drummer. I was around all these people like Al Smith from the Al Smith group, and all these different musicians and bands, and even rappers like my dad. Section of all the rock and all the different genres, that we all connect as one, as a family, and that is beautiful. And that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm so blessed to be able to express myself.
Yes, I'm glad that you feel now that you feel the confidence to talk about this, even on different shows. She was also on a show called, what's Gregory's show called again?
Oh, Harmonics.
Yes, Harmonics. I thought it was
with Greg.
I knew it was something like that. I almost guessed demographics, but that was way off. So,
Yeah, Gregory Corella. Gregory Corella. Yeah,
that's neat.
He's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So, secondary question.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's do this one. So, do you have anyone who you want to shout out or anything? We're going to switch it out a little bit. That anyone you think, besides who we've talked about, that's helped you throughout your life, or is that pretty much everyone that's helped you?
So, to me, that has affected my life or has made it positive. I grew up with a lot of people that made me feel good, but I was always by myself.
Yeah.
I never really had a lot of connections when I was very young. Recently, I got to get closer to my close friend Day Richardson, and I got to see my family again, which was awesome. My family from New York.
That's
I'm
nice.
very blessed that I ran into, now that I have Vetrano in New York, and I'm very blessed for that. And then also, my new drummer, Anthony, he's awesome, and Colin, my bass player, all the other people, I have so many friends, I have so many beautiful people that I just love, but there's so many of them that if I just mention one, I feel like I'm taking away from others. So
exactly.
To me, except for Daniel, he has been my mentor for over a year in my education for my mediumship, my development of my own psychic abilities, and for my Reiki. Now that I'm a Reiki healer. I'm very blessed to be that. And so he has been a major inspiration for me. And I'm very thankful for that. But I really don't have a lot of connections, except for I have so many beautiful friends that they know who they are, and I'm very thankful for all of those people that love me and that are in my life.
Yes, I'm glad that you...
I love my family. I have 2 boys, Sebastian and Anthony. He's in a special home. And my grandchildren, Noah and little Sebastian. So that's my core. But I don't have any immediate family. They all are not with me or around me.
Yeah.
And they don't. They haven't chosen me anymore. So It's just me now.
Yeah. But at least you have your son and everything that loves you, and your kids and everyone over there. Yeah. At least you got them.
I do.
Good.
Oh, person that's been in my life actually. Her name is Cheryl Felix. She's actually been my backbone. Whenever I go through anything, she is always there for me. She's family to me.
That's good.
And recently we lost a beautiful man called Chris Felix, and it's been very devastating for her and the family, and I just want to, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's a positive thing now, because of where I am and where I've been and all the things that I'm doing for people now. I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed and humble every day that I'm alive.
Which is good. It's always good to know.
Exactly. Look what I'm doing. I have my own site. I've been helping people. I've been life coaching people. I've been mentoring people. I do readings for people. If I can help other people, if I can make a difference in somebody else's life, then everything that I've been through is worth it.
Right.
It's worth it.
Exactly. So, let's see. What was the other thing I wanted to bring up? So, the actress portion. So, Angel here was telling me a little bit about another thing that she's been blessed with. She was actually a good actress as well. Yes.
So I have been in drama, I've been in TV production, I've been in classes, I've been doing so much of that, and now I'm getting back into it. So I'm really excited about just jumping back into it, especially now that I'm going to be 50. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
In February, I'll be 50. I know, I can't believe it.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
But you know what? It's never too young to just do what you love.
Exactly.
Do what you love. My friend Corinne, she's doing it, and I'm so proud of her. She does amazing in what she does, in her singing and her acting and her band Fleet Street. She's amazing. And so if she can do it, I'm jumping in and doing it, and I know I can do it, because you know what? Nothing stops you unless you stop yourself.
Exactly. That is very true.
No matter what you have. Exactly.
So, let's see here. The next thing I wanted to bring up is that you have a lot of friends, and I'm glad that you have some new friends. So, let's see here. That was my second question. Have you ever been to a concert, like a rock concert or anything, like an actual famous concert before? Or?
Oh my gosh. So my favorite of all time is Ozzy Osbourne. Oh my gosh. Feel so bad for what he's going through. I send you blessings and love, Ozzy. But Ozzy Osbourne has helped me with all kinds of things, and I got to see Ozzy. I love Ozzy. He is my favorite. Also, I've been to other concerts, but like I said, Ozzy is my favorite. And Metallica, but old school Metallica. Not that I'm saying against any of the new school Metallica, but for me, I'm an old school rocker.
Yeah.
So Metallica, and I have friends that are in bands, like, it's just I love all them, because they're amazing. I have a really close friend named Christopher, and he is in a band called Circle to Circle, and he is an amazing guitarist. And so,
That's neat.
and he's awesome, And so I have a lot of people that are in bands. I have a lot of people, and also there's Jack, and he's in Exodus, and he's an amazing, he's an amazing artist as well, He's an amazing musician. So I have a lot of friends that are also in bands. So you know what I mean? So I'm just really thankful and blessed, there's just the people that I grew up with, they were already in bands, in a lot of bands that were very well known.
Exactly.
So it wasn't me that was in them. So, yeah, so, but other bands, I've seen AC/DC, I've seen Ted Nugent. So, but like I said, Pat Benatar. But my true favorite is, like I said, Ozzy Osbourne or Sabbath. So that would be mine.
Yeah, so I'm not really a rock person myself. Now that she's taught me a little bit about it, but I'm more of a country person, as most of the people that are listening know. Country and pop is more my thing, and welcome 3 people over on Airtime Pro and 2 people over on my Facebook Live. Hi, everyone. We do have a comment from Peter asking what we are listening to. It's an interview. It's in the description. I don't know if you read the description. Not trying to be mean, but it does say it in the description. So just so everyone knows, this is an interview. But yes, and that's the only comment we have so far. But welcome, everyone. We're happy to have you. And we're also happy to have Angel, too, because I think she's made a impact on these people's lives. I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't say why not,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Anytime. Let's see here. Time's at 4:33. Is there anything else we wanted to cover on, or do you think we're missing anything, or?
I want people to be able to, if they need to get a hold of me, or if they ever want to, have an online reading or anything like that, or any of my services, I do have a website. It is www.angelsmysticreadingsandmore.
Okay.
I also have a website if you want to go to my band. So, see me play. I don't know if you're ever where we live in California, but if you are,
yeah.
You can go to www.luvsikangel.com, and then I'm also on Instagram. So if you like what I was writing or anything, then you can also follow me on Instagram at intuitiveangel22. And also, I'm just want to put out there, that no matter what you've been through, no matter what trauma that you have had to go through or endure, any depression, any sadness, just know that it's not who you are, that you can achieve anything in life, that
exactly.
You deserve to know that you need to celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate the strength that you have inside, and do not stop.
Exactly. Do not stop what you're doing, because everyone else is everyone else says that you gonna stop, but just keep going. To be honest with you, you just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
And
also live for your day. Live for today. Every day. No matter what. And when you're feeling down, just know you're not alone. There's people out there. I also have a group. It's on Facebook. It's free. You can join me. It's called PTSD, Here to Empower You. It's a closed group, so you actually have a forum to speak, talk, and have somebody to speak to and know that you're not alone.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I just actually got a message from Jacqueline. I think she's one of the people I've been working with for the radio station. She said that she enjoyed what you're saying, so thank you. She thanks you. I just got the message from her, so got one person so far.
Thank you.
Yeah, because she said that she liked your show, and also, well, liked my show, and liked what you were saying, so she thanks you. Just figured I'd relay the message.
Also,
yes.
That's awesome. I'm also going to be starting a YouTube channel, and it's going to be called Angel's Voice. I'm starting it. So it's all about me being able to speak how I want to speak and tell people what they need to know for themselves, or just what I need to say, and also have feedback. Mm-hmm. And we all need to connect. So I'm very thankful for you, Kayden, because it's like we all need to connect to each other, help each other, and work with each other, and make this life so much better than the people that have been trying to control us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So
I 100% agree with you. Thank you. We appreciate your support, and you also have a psychic business too. Do you want to explain that a little bit to our viewers?
Sure. So I am a intuitive reader, and I have been helping people to find the answers that they're needing, affirmations that they're going through, or just stuff where they feel stuck, they're going through something. I give them their affirmation. I'm very, very blunt. I'm very upfront. I'm not a person that's just going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell people like it is. But I do online readings and in person, because here's the thing. It's not about if I'm in front of you or not. It's about the vibration.
Right.
And I want to be a person that can help and guide people, because I never had that.
Right.
And so if I can just help these people or anybody, then I'm supposed to be here for a reason. And I am evidently here for a reason. Otherwise, I would have died a hell of a long time ago.
Exactly,
and
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not on a TV show. I'm not celebrity backed. I'm just here, right here, in front of you, and telling you, this is my story. I'm a life coach, but I don't have my certification, but I have experience, and I've been to college, taken my classes, and my point is I'm here to show that it can happen, and you can do anything, you can achieve anything. So when I do my psychic readings, it's about connecting with spirit, connecting with what is going on, and being able to have it come through. And somehow I just feel this energy, and all my senses come through, and I'm very, very blessed, very thankful to spirit that I actually get those answers.
Exactly.
And I've been doing it for many years. Many years. So now I do Reiki too, and now I've learned different arts, different techniques to help for more healing, because we need to be healers. We need to be able to help others and help people on different levels, because otherwise we're just letting other people take over us. When we're going through relationships, when we're going through pain, when we have answers, we do need a little bit of guidance, but we need the right guidance. Not just somebody that's going to take our money and be lying to us.
Right.
We need the right guidance. So when I do this, I'm straight up and I'm blunt. I'll tell you like it is, and that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And exactly, it's not that the fact that you're, and the fact of charging to them, it's not that you wanted the money, it's more the fact that you want to help them.
Well, of course, but here's the thing: we all need to pay our bills. We all need to do what we need to do. But it's not like I'm charging millions of dollars because I want to take from people. But there are so many people out there that rip people off, and they only do it because their own ego.
Right.
You have to find the right person, the right fit for you.
Right.
That's all.
Exactly. Alrighty, so I think that's all we got for you now. Is there anything else we're missing?
What about the book?
I thought we talked about the book.
People want to find the book.
Oh, yes.
If they want to find the book.
I almost forgot about that. Where do we find the book? I almost forgot about that. I don't want to forget about that, though.
That's okay, but I know people will probably ask.
Yeah.
But, so the book Little Girl Lost, A Real Story of PTSD is available on Amazon.com. It's available on Amazon UK. It's available on Barnes & Noble. It's available through Kindle. And evidently, you can actually read it through, what'd you say?
Amazon, yeah.
That you could read it? Okay, so you can actually read it online.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Yes, I found that out. I found this out this morning. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. But, yeah, people are telling me they found out a way to read it online, so that works even perfectly. But I think you have to have Amazon Prime or something to read it, just so you all know. I think that's what it said, Amazon Prime or Amazon Kindle subscription or something like that to read it online. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of people can't. But a lot of people have that.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. What they must have done is they must have put in your book digitally, so it's like a scanned copy or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really happy that people can actually read some of it. That's awesome.
Yes. And you said how many pages was that? 13? 130. Yeah.
113.
Yes, that's what I meant to say.
So it's not that big.
Yeah. So it's not like it's a two.
You're like 11 and 13.
I meant 113.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said 11 and 13. I don't know what I meant.
Okay. It's not like War. It's not like War and Peace.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That's a long book, people.
Yeah.
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 I don't think I've ever read that book.
Right?
No. Maybe I think there's movies.
Possibly.
But I hope that I hope that people resonate with my book, Little Girl.
You should make a movie about PTSD in the future.
You know what? If there's anybody out there that is a producer or a screenwriter, I am open to do that.
Yes, we gotta find someone. It's the thing.
As long as I can make a difference, I'll do it.
Yeah, I think the movie idea would be the best idea.
I'm open to it.
I mean, if I could probably search, and you probably could just search up producers and stuff on Google.
Well, it has to be the right person.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of research.
There's so many salespeople out there.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously it can't be anyone, but you'd have to do your research and everything on the people and look it all up and that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah. Exactly. Before you go, okay, I'll produce your movie for $1 million.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that half of the stuff.
Yes.
So you have to listen to your inner voice.
Right.
But I want to thank you so much, Kayden. You have been so helpful to get this out there, to let other people hear about not only my book, but also about PTSD, because we all need awareness that it's not just a military problem, but it's a human problem. It's a human problem. And it's real. It's real. It's not just something we need to sweep under the rug.
Right.
We need to really focus on it and help people because that's what my mission is, that's what my journey is, and that's my life.
Exactly.
No matter what, that's my life.
And that's the only reason why you're alive today.
So much.
Yeah, of course, no problem. I don't mind. It was
That's
good to have
that's
someone.
Why I'm alive, yes.
Yes, it was good to have someone different because a lot of people are just like regular musicians and they don't have this kind of point to bring out when they're interviewing with me. So I thank you for bringing that to other people.
Oh, you're welcome. And I will, even with my music. You said that you heard my music?
A little bit, yeah.
That's good. Well,
Yeah.
it was only my first gig.
Yeah.
So. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is
I'm
that?
excited.
I think we covered everything. So I think
Okay.
it's 4:46. We've been on for about 47 minutes now.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up. I
Okay.
think everyone just left anyways. Yeah, 0 people on Facebook, and I don't know why now there's 0 people on Airtime Pro, but I think they thought we were done.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I think we're gonna end this live, and then I'll get.
Perfect.
Yep. All right.
And
Sounds
let's get
good.
to some music.
Yes. Let's do this music. Alrighty. I'm gonna end.
Have a blessed
3, 2.
day.
Everyone have a blessed day. Thanks.
Yes.
Alrighty.